Hello and welcome to another week in our garden. Now yesterday we had 30 degrees in blaring sun here. It was like the Sahara. Today it's overcast and we, believe it or not, we've been waiting for the rain to stop so we can come out and take these cuttings. So if we suddenly dash off, you'll know that the rain started again. Here's one of them, look. This is the Weigela. It's a white one. It's evergreen and it's Weigela Iveryeye, I believe. And that quite hardy, covered in white flowers. So what we'll do, we'll just cut just below a node with the secateurs. Can you see? There, look. Just below node, because then we'll start and take the cutting at the next node up. So I'll just grab 10. If you look, the side shoots are all showing well, so they'll all be cuttings as well. But I'll just go around and get some. This is the Choisya Mexican Sundance. Now it has yellow foliage, green underneath, and then it has a white flower. The more sunshine it gets, the more yellow it gets. They're very pretty. We'll take cuttings off this. We'll go to these lower branches. Now I don't see there, look. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cuttings to be had there. So I should take all those as 4. To find another one like that, for not quite strong enough, that one. This one not the same, for I don't know, it's difficult for you to see. But you can see there's a good head there, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on there with those. So we'll take that one again. We'll just cut a little bit off. So we just want a couple more. I'll just take them off here. This is another Weigela. Obviously this is not an evergreen, it will drop its leaves, but you can see it's quite a pretty flower. If I just bring this one up, it is about finished, so we can take it anyway. There you are, look. It's quite pretty. This is finished, but they're all gets covered in those, and it does a good job. Very hardy. Right, the same again. These are a bit bigger, so we'll just cut below a node. It's a good way of pruning the plant as well. 2, 3. Look at this one. That's a good one. I'll take in 4. So we'll make it up to 10 and then we'll move on to the next one. Now this is the boxes. So normally it's trimmed by now. So I'll take the cuttings. I'll take the cuttings off it and then I'll get it trimmed in the week. Then I'll show you it trimmed. It's actually a pyramid, this pair of them. There's a little piece there hanging out. And there's, what, if I go there, there's about 5 on that. 5, 6, 7. Can you see? It's just a case of, like we did, there's a good one, look, to show you. Just cut below a node and then we'll go to the node to do it. 6. Get them from all over, she'll only cut a hole, but I've a lot to cut off this. Now we've popped down to the bottom greenhouse. As you can see, this is the pepper house this year, and it's just started to rain, so we thought we'd pop in here and do them. I'm going to use the sharp grafting knife. It is sterile, so we should be alright with this one. Right, just the normal softwood cuttings. So we cut below a node to start with, there. Take that away. And we need to reduce the leaves obviously, so let's take those two off. And there's quite a bit on there, so what we'll do is just pop our finger on there, carefully just remove some leaves. In the water, in the rooting powder I'm using. Now the compost I'm using is peat free and it's quite an open compost, so they should root quite quickly. We'll do 3. Trying to get 3 sort of different. That's not a very good look, so we won't use that one. That's a good one now. So let's open it up and have a look first, look. And I think we'll cut there to take that off. These little bits you've got here, if you're desperate for the material, if you take it off there and half that, so your waste is a cutting as well. Right, let's get on. We'll take the leaf off. There's a spider there, look. And you see that little shoot there, we'll have to take that off. And we'll take that leaf off, but leave the shoot with it. Gently together and a slice. Water, powder, in. One more then, and then that should show you. Generally all your softwood cuttings are all done like this. It's finding when the plants are ready to take the cuttings that's the most difficult part. But if you keep looking, and if you're in a friend's garden and you think that's just ready, if you ask, I'm sure they'll let you have 2 or 3 cuttings, then you can start your own. Always nice to know cutting. There, look, we'll go just below that node, remove that and that, half that, and put it in. But same again, there is a cut in there, look, if you wanted it. We're going to take the little side shoot off as well. And I think for that one, we'll just half both. In the water, in the powder, and into the compost. Aftercare, because it's very, very hot and bright sunshine, normally, not today, but normally, I shall put those clear plastic covers over the finished tray and then perhaps do fleece over that, at least double fleece over that, so it can be warm, got the light, but it's not that direct striking sun. Now this is the box. Now these I'm putting them in 2s because they're very small and they take a long while to thicken up. So if you put 2 into your cell, and if both root, they'll bulk quicker, so it'll make a bigger plant for you. It's the same way, just take the side leaves off, then in the water, in the powder, and I forgot this one, look, so pop that one in there. Now this one's a little bit stronger, so we'll actually take 2 cuttings off this one. We'll cut it there. There and there, look. Do a proper job. And then we'll put one side of it there. That'll root away beautifully. And this one, taking a bit of cutting, a little bit woody, the box. There you go. No need to cut half the leaves off or anything like that on the box. And it does root away quite well. 2 more then to finish the tray. We'll use those 2. Cut that off. Take the leaves. No need to take those. You'll find if they're struggling a little bit, the leaves start to turn a bit brown on the edges. That's when they're either too sun, too dry. You need to sort it out what the problem is if they get a bit yellow on the edge of the leaves. It's usually the sunshine that does it this time of year. There you go, no problem there, look, in they go. And that's the box finished. Now this is the Choisya Tenata Sundance. We'll just break these cuttings off this stem, it'll be easier. Watch out for that, and that's just a leaf, we don't want that one. That's a cutting. And then we'll cut that one because it's quite strong. There, I think. That's just the leaf that we took. Now these Choisya Tenata smells nice while you're taking your cutting. This is the same way. I'm just going to take an odd leaf out with my nail. That's the easiest way. There, I'll just reduce that top a little bit. That should be alright. If they've got too much top on, then they'll struggle to keep them turrid, so they'll tend to go down. Just one in each. Right, there we go, look, you can see the cutting there, look, if I cut it off there, take that off, maybe that one, and then the rest can be done. There we go, 1, 2, cut that off, and I think we'll take that, we'll take both those. There you are, that's, and that leaf there, I think we need that off. There you go, beautiful cutting that. In the powder, 1 to a cell. There you go. I'll just finish this tray and then I'll show you it done. There you are, there's the Choisya Tenata Sundance. Now these are the Weigela, if you remember that pink flowered one. So very, very similar way. They're a lot bigger leaves obviously, so we shall remove some of the top. There's a little bit of kale in the top, but I do believe that 30-degree temperature yesterday has done that too. But the Weigela, quite simple to do. There's a dark red and a pink in these, and I think this one, I think you call it pink more than the dark red, because the dark red really is dark red. Bit of powder on it, and then push them well in. So one more then, same again, look, just part the leaves and just cut and cut. We'll just take that off there, and it does help to have a very sharp knife, but you have to be careful. The leaves are just sort of lightly put together and just strike across, and then that's finished. Into the powder, which is getting very wet now. There you are. And then into the compost. If you just put them into the compost, what will happen is, as it dries or gets short of water, it'll just, the stem will just bend over. So put them in nice and deep so that the compost actually holds the plant rigid as well. Now these are the cuttings we've taken with you today. Quite a few plants there. Now obviously we won't use all these, so we'll ask around in the family, and if no anybody wants the plants, we'll probably send them up to the coffee morning in the village. I'll have to put them in a little 1 litre pot and put a label in it so they'll know what it is. And they can go up the village. They won't be long growing. These are the lavender cuttings we took together, if you remember. Question to make with this lavender. With me doing all the bedding plants at the same time, they sort of got left at the back of the bench and was neglected a little bit. So that's a very poor show for lavender. Normally lavender is a whole tray. What we need to do, if I turn it round, now they've grown on so well, can you see I've got all these breaks at the bottom and one stem coming up, so we'll take that off. Then that will grow into a nice little bush. I would have potted them up today, but I've no vermiculite, so as soon as I get some vermiculite in, I'll get these potted in. They do require very, very open compost, lavenders, but all's not a miss, because you could, if you cut it off there, I won't actually take the cutting, but there's 2 cuttings that we could put in, but this compost is more or less gone over now, so now this is trying to flower, so we'll take that off anyway. This one is beginning to break, so we'll take that one. This one's definitely breaking, so we'll take that one carefully. That's it. This one and this one's not doing a lot, or that one, so we'll leave those. I will get them potted this week. Yes, I've got to go into town, so I'll be able to get some vermiculite and then we can get them potted. While we're down in this greenhouse, we'll need to pick some cucumbers. Now, in the top greenhouse, the fem spot is doing very, very well. We've got about the same size cucumbers as these. So we'll take these while we're here. Remember, this is Louisa. This is new to me this year, but we're seeing how it gets on. Remember, you can take these very small, but looking at the foliage, it's not looking at its best, so we'll take some of those leaves off, I think. Like that one. And that one. It could be because it's close to the door and I've been keeping the door open because the weather's so hot, so it could have been that's done it. Now this one is fine, and it could have been because it's close to the door. But saying that, that leaf's not near the door. We'll just keep an eye on it and see how it's doing. It does look like it's some sort of fungal. I hope it's not rust or anything, but we'll see. We'll take these 3 cucumbers that are ready. That's a good cucumber, it's very clean. We'll take this big one from here. Again, let me see. Yes, there's still some cucumbers to come, as you can see. There's 3 of this Louisa. They're very nice cucumbers, actually. Right, we'll take this lettuce here that's been under the bottles. In fact, they're all coming very well now. And you only want the one, so I always try, if possible, to take the root of the lettuce, because if you leave it in the ground, it soon goes bad, and if you want to plant any more, you won't be able to do it. So if we leave it on the path, and it's a good lettuce. Hard. We'll just take one of these. We'll take this one, look, 'cause it's stretching a little bit. And same way, we can. There it is, look. And just take the dirt off the root, leave the dirt on. The leaves I'll pick up. That is a very nice lettuce. Very nice lettuce. I have harvested the garlic. The rust was so bad on it, I just couldn't leave it any longer. So I cut the tops off. I'll show you the garlic bulbs up at the shed, drying in a crate, but it's raining today, so I put them in the shed. All the tops I took down and burnt. Now we've made our way into the fruit cage. It's just spotting with rain, so we'll pick it as quickly as we can. As you can see, the raspberries are absolutely loaded. The crop goes right down, believe it or not, to floor level. That is going to be a lot of raspberries. We'll pick some and let you see how many we've got in the basket for now. They're all beautiful fruits. We'll pick it over and show you what we've got. It's starting to rain again and we've not come down with our coats. We're just going to pick a few strawberries and then we'll photograph them on the table and then hopefully get in the house where it's a bit drier. It's pouring with rain now, but as you can see we've got a good basket full of raspberries and strawberries, and then we'll come down tomorrow, I think, and as long as it's not raining tomorrow we'll come down another pick tomorrow. Now that'll be it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Many thanks for subscribing, we do appreciate it. And from a very wet garden, take care everyone. See you next week. Bye.